Will Elon Musk be forced to leave Tesla? Elon Musk is in big trouble. Quite how big will depend on the outcome of a lawsuit filed by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Thursday. It accuses Mr. Musk of securities fraud after tweeting that he had funding secured to take Tesla private, sending the stock price soaring. Mr. Musk was lying about having that funding, the SEC said, although Mr. Musk has called the lawsuit unjustified. The worst-case scenario for Mr. Musk is that he pays an enormous fine, and is banned from being a director at any public company in the U.S. That would mean his days as Tesla's chief executive would be over, an almost unthinkable prospect for a company intrinsically linked to Mr. Musk's personality and vision for the future of clean mobility. I think the important issue, for Tesla, will be to fashion a remedy that simultaneously disciplines Mr. Musk, but without destroying his value to Tesla's shareholders, said Professor Joseph Grundfest from Stanford Law School, and a former SEC commissioner. Get a Twitter nanny. There's a spectrum of potential solutions, Professor Grundfest told the BBC. You could imagine, in one extreme, he becomes chief product officer and someone takes over as CEO, or, he gets what I call a Twitter nanny, where he can't communicate without first clearing it with a responsible adult. A Tesla spokeswoman did not wish to comment on Mr. Musk's future. Professor Grundfest likened the situation to that of American businesswoman Martha Stewart, who in 2004 was found guilty of insider trading. As well as serving jail time, she agreed to a 5-year ban from serving as a director at her company. Instead, she took up the role as chief creative officer for that period. In Mr. Musk's case, the SEC is not pushing for jail time. Reflecting on the saga, Professor Grundfest added, "Let's face it. America leads the world in stupid tweets. Frustrated fans. Another question is how the case affects Mr. Musk's reputation among his customers." Reacting to the news of the lawsuit, Tesla's famously devoted fans have been left frustrated, angry and worried about the company's future. As well as the SEC lawsuit, the Department of Justice is in the early stages of its own investigation. On top of that, Mr. Musk is facing a defamation case after he continually, on Twitter and in emails, accused a British diving expert of being a pedophile. The Tesla community, which has typically leapt to the 47-year-old's defense in the face of negative press, is showing growing concern about the distractions created by Mr. Musk's actions. If only Elon Musk would not keep shooting off at the mouth like a stupid narcissist, wrote user VIP, on the Tesla Motors Club forum. Another user, Relos Revenge, added, "This was a stupid, self-inflicted wound by Elon." Follow Dave Lee on Twitter at DaveLeeb. Do you have more information about this or any other technology story? You can reach Dave directly and securely through encrypted messaging app Signal on, +1 628 400 7370.